Okay, so now go back to our registration.html. So here, right, what we are doing, so every time what we are doing, we are writing this bunch of JavaScript inside the HTML. So there is a lot of JavaScript is there. So what I want to do, this JavaScript I want to keep in separate file, and I want to import that JavaScript file into my HTML. So that I can segregate HTML code in one page and JavaScript code in different page. So just to segregate. So for that purpose, what I had to do, first I had to write one JavaScript file. So let me go back, and I want to write here JavaScript. So what is the file name? I'll give validation.js. Validation.js. So just I'm trying to create a file with extension .js. JS means JavaScript. So let me finish it. So the file is created, and inside the file nothing is there. So now what I want to do, so I want to copy this entire JavaScript into that JS file.
Okay.
After that, I want to import that JS file into my. So now all the JavaScript content is there in validation.js. Now I want to import this file into my
registration.html.
Yes, correct. Type. So this is a just only for this tag I want to. I came back. So here I had to write the which file I want to import. I want to import validation.js. So now this is a HTML, right? Inside the HTML means we have to write only HTML content, but still you can able to write JavaScript. But what is the advantage of this one? Just you are segregating HTML code you are keeping in .html file, and all JavaScript file you are keeping under validation.js. There is no difference. There is logic, everything same as it is. Only difference is we have included one JS file. So now let me run it and let me see whether it's working as it is or not. There is no logic change basically here. Let me remove it. Finish it. Why I'm telling this one, if you see view source of any pages, right, you can able to see a lot of these import statements.
Okay.
I need to execute this registration dot HTML is our page. So let me go back and let me hit our page. So our page came. Right, see when events are coming and some timer is running. So let me type it. So validation is also coming. So let me type it, select it, submit it. Validation is also coming. So it is telling email is invalid. We added yesterday, right? So all validations are working fine. And then add something, submit it, submitting successfully, right? There is no issue. There is.
Okay, source you have selected.
Which one?
Source. Sorry, skill. University.
University I have not selected. Okay.
No, yes. Okay, selected. Try.
Let me. Okay. Submit it. Oh, maybe some validation. I have removed something.
No, not a problem. I'll take care.
Yeah, that is okay. There is no change basically here. Now what I had to do here, right? Where is that validation? Yeah, university. So university equal to select document dot registration dot university dot value. If value equal to select, then we are displaying some alert message. Where is select? See here, we are displaying value as university and value is select. Okay. Now what we are getting here? Select. So if we are getting value as select, just display the select and let me debug it. Maybe yesterday we added something, right? It got broken, I guess. So now I have not selected any university and it's going back. It's submitting basically. So then in that case here, length address equal to true, address equal to false. So here I want to add another validation. So by adding this kind of what to say that statements, we have to debug it.
Is it any cases too? No.
No case sensitive. I think I need to use this browser. Let me submit it. Okay, now let me add. So first time it is asking, submit it, email, phone number. Okay, so now I have not given address, so it is asking, okay, please provide address. I had given address. After that it is telling okay, okay, please select university. So basically that is a browser problem. So what is the browser? I have not included anything, just only I added some alerts. So the problem is here, right? So by default we are using Eclipse browser. So Eclipse browser, there is some issue.
Okay.
So we have to use browser. We should not use internal browser. We have to use default system browser. So now, right, it will work fine. Now I will remove all these alerts, whatever I added. It's not required. It's working properly. Problem is that Eclipse browser is not working properly. So now go back. Next. See, now it's opening in separate browser. Okay, now we need to copy the URL. This URL. Why? Because always it's better to use IE. We should not use the internal browsers. Internal browsers will not work properly. So type it .com. Sorry. Please enter numbers only. Please enter numbers only. I'm entering number only, but I don't know why.
Please enter number only.
Okay, let me type it. Let me select it. Let me select it. Let me submit it. Basically, there is some issue with Firefox also. Okay, so let me go back. So here I will test it. Let me reset it. Okay, let me type name. This is fine. After that, email. Submit it. So it is telling please select email. .com. Actually, so I'm typing some character. It is telling invalid. And now I'm trying to type please select gender. Now I'm submitting please select skill. So I'm selecting. Now I'm trying to submit please select address. I entered address. Now I'm submitting please select university. So that is a browser issue. Basically we need to clear the cache handle, then it will work fine.
Okay.
There is no issue. So basically now what is the change I did, just I copied everything from the script content and I pasted into one JavaScript file. That JavaScript file is just near to registration. And after that I imported the JavaScript file into my HTML.
Yeah.
So why I'm telling, so if you see this script type equal to and src equal to, let me open some of the default training. Okay, let me log out and show you this view source. So let me view source this page, right? You can able to see here link type script.
Script. Okay.
Script is there, right? SC REPT.
Application JSON.
Script required type See here, there is so many scripts is there, right? So script type equal to, so here we need to mention what kind of data you are trying to import. You are trying to import JavaScript or JSON. In our case, we are importing
JavaScript.
JavaScript. Okay. After that, SRC. SRC means from which file you want to import. So you have to mention corresponding location. Okay, I will show you in Gmail. Maybe in Gmail I can able to show you that SRC sample. Okay, let me view source it. So did you see there? Here metadata, style, and where is the script? Yes, see here, there is an image, and inside the image SRC. This one we have already saw. The same way, right? Whenever you are trying to import any script, see RIPT. Basically there is no example, just I need to Google it. So instead of writing this JavaScript inside the script tag, so you can write all the JavaScript tag into separate file and then you can import it.
Import it. Yeah, that's you have shown me very first.
Which one you want to see?
No, you have already shown me this very first.
Long back, but there is no some sample example, but
Yeah.
I need to check for in which website they are using this model. But this is the model we are using, so we should not write all the JavaScript inside this HTML file. Better to write all JavaScript related thing into some separate JS file, and you can import that JS file into
Okay.
your HTML. That will work. So that's all about this HTML and simple JavaScript. Now what we will see, so we will go for some sample application with Ajax. Okay, so now what I will do, just I will create one sample web application
This is
Ajax. This is a sample web application how I'm creating.
okay.
So let's suppose I want to create one kind of project. So right now I created previously project one. Now I want to create a new project, some different project. So the project name I'm giving Ajax example. Okay, project name is Ajax example, and we need to select this one 2.5 module version. That's all. After that there is no change.
Okay.
Next, and finish it. Okay, so now our new application is Ajax example. So this is our new example. So inside web content I had to create my HTML file. Okay, so let me create one sample HTML file. So HTML file I'm giving name as index. So this is the default HTML. So there is nothing is there. So inside body there is nothing is there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to do, so first right, I want to write an Ajax sample. So I think you know, right, there is so many places. First you will select country, and based on country the corresponding states will be populated.
Yeah.
I think you saw this example in so many places, right? So first what I want to do, I want to write state, and after that I want to display drop down. So first write select. To display the drop down I have to write select. Okay, under select, right, I want to display different states, sorry, countries. First I want to display India. Sorry, option value equal to India. I want to display to the user India. Okay, now, and so this is one simple drop down, right? So let me run it and we will see the output. So that slowly one by one we will add. First initially I created one simple Ajax example, and after that what I did, I created one HTML file, index.html. Then after I'm just trying to run that HTML page. So now we can able to see India. Yeah. Right? So why? Because India now I hard coded here India. After that I want to add different countries called US, and I want to display UK. After, sorry, this is US, right? US. After that, I want to display UK.
Okay.
So okay, 3 different countries. Okay, now go back to our page. Where is our page? Where is this small window came, right? Yes, this is the one. So okay, now just I'm refreshing this page and see all the India is coming and US is coming and corresponding.
Okay. You're giving value along with that you're talking the value, right?
Right now, just I'm displaying only sorry, countries.
Okay.
Now after that, let's suppose if I selected India and below I want to display, this is a country, sorry.
Hmm.
Now it is makes sense, right? This is a country. So
Hmm.
country is India. If I select India, right, below I want to display a drop down with India all corresponding states.
Okay.
If I select US, I have to display all corresponding US
States.
states. If I select UK, I want to display all corresponding UK states. And these corresponding states, right, I need to go to the server and I need to fetch.
Okay.
So how to connect with server and based on some event. So far we are not connecting to any server, just we are doing JavaScript and we are displaying messages, right? There is no server, there is no something, we have not discussed anything.
Okay.
Okay, just based on your selection, we have to display corresponding states, and that states we need to get from server.
Okay.
So how to make a connection to the server, or how to connect a server just by doing some small event. So this is a event, right? So just changing the value, it's an event. So based on that, we need to trigger, or we need to make a we need to make a request to the server, and we need to get corresponding states, and we need to display below.
Okay.
So that is my requirement. Okay, so to connect with server without submitting the form, here I'm not doing any submit, I'm not submitting anything, right? Did I'm clicking any button?
No.
No, I'm not clicking any button. I don't want to click any button. Just based on the value selection, I want to go to the server and I want to get the corresponding pages. And let's suppose if the remaining values is there, so let me add one more field, name. Here just I am creating one simple text field,
Okay.
name equal to f name. After that, close it and just add break. Okay, now go back to this page. So now first what I'm doing, I'm entering my name. Let me add XYZ, it's easy. Okay, now what I did, just I entered name as XYZ. After that, I changed my country to India to US. Now
Okay.
I'm expecting it should populate US states.
Okay.
Okay, so that is I'm expecting. But now, so that's what I'm expecting, right? So now what happened, okay, that's what I'm expecting. So these servers, these corresponding states, right, I need to get it from server. So how to connect to the server based on some operation. So that is my goal. So for that purpose we have to use the Ajax. Okay, so how to write an Ajax? So for to write an Ajax, right, first I had to write script tag,
Okay.
script starting tag and ending tag. So this is the basic fundamental tag, like we have already saw this tag, right, so many times.
Yeah.
Okay, after that, inside that I had to write one function get states. Okay, I have written a function called,
Get states. Okay.
yes, yeah, I have written a function called get state. So when this function should call, whenever I am changing the value, there is a event called on change.
Select on.
Sorry.
Okay.
So whenever I'm changing the value of this drop down, after that I want to call this on change event, and I want to call the corresponding value. So after that I want to read the country name also. Country name equal to. So how to, so before that, right, I want to add one little bit form. So I think you know, right, what is form?
Form.
Yes, form name. I want to give my form, and the ending of this form is this is the one. Okay, now form is ready. Now how to read the values? Document dot form name dot corresponding field name. So this field name I want to give, sorry, this select name I have not given. Name I want to give as country. So country, basically I'm trying to read dot value, or let country name. So it's simple, right? First what I did, I have added one on change event, get states. So this is the function. Inside the function I am trying to read the country name.
Okay.
This is simple, right? You understand, right, this one?
Yeah.
Okay, now what I want to do, I will go back to my page, just I will refresh it, and I will enter my name. After that I am changing country to US. Alert is displaying US. Now what I want to change the country to UK. Now it is displaying UK. Now I want to change it to India. It's displaying India. So far it is good. But so here downside, it's not displaying the states, right?
Yeah.
So how to, so for that purpose what we had to do, I had to write a piece of code. So it's some standard code. So that is a standard code. So I can copy that code, because no, I'll copy from here only. Ajax test, something I have written somewhere. So this is the standard code. I will explain you this code because it's difficult to type.
Okay.
This code is common for every Ajax. So first, right, we had to type where some name, you can give any name, new HTTP request. So we had to prepare an XML HTTP request. So why? Because to connect with the server, right? First, to connect with the server, we have to create a request page. So this is the standard request to connect with the server. So we need to create an object.
So every JavaScript this will have this.
So whenever you want to, yes, whenever you want to make an Ajax call, this is a standard statement. So you have to create where name a new XML HTTP request. Why? Because we are trying to make a request to the server. So that's what I'm creating an object, XML HTTP request. Okay. After that, I need to make a on ready change event. This is also standard. For every JavaScript, we have to write on change event. Then I'm trying to write a function. And this is my implementation.
Okay.
So first step is standard, second step is standard, and this implementation will vary from user to user.
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, I will tell you these conditions. What is the purpose of this? We are checking so many conditions. Okay, I will tell you this one. What is the why we are checking only 4? Why we are not checking 1, 2, 3, 5? Why we are not checking 1, 2, 3? Why we are checking only 4? I will tell there is a meaning. Okay. After that, we need to check for 200. That is also I will tell you why we need to check for 200. And this is the implementation. Okay. After that, right? So this is a request, right? Yeah, so for this request, to which server you want to connect? So you have to write the corresponding server URL.
Okay.
So this is basically, this is a client program, and we need to write a server specific. We need to write a server specific URL to which server you want to connect. Okay, that is the standard URL. And before that, there is a method called get. So whenever you are trying to hit a server, right? So you need to specify a method, whether you are trying to get the data, or you are trying to put the data, or you are trying to delete the data. So
Okay.
based on that, there is a 3 standard methods: get, post, and delete something. So in this case, we are just trying to retrieve the data. That's all right. We don't want to do anything else. Just our aim is just we want to retrieve the data. So in that case, we have to use get.
Mm.
Okay. After that, there is a last parameter called, we are passing true. What is the purpose of true? Let's
Mm.
suppose after click on change, right? So the request will go to the server. Okay, one request will go to the server, and the form side, right? Let me
Okay.
open this form. So on change of this one, one request will go to the server, and the form side, if you want to perform something, so you can do yourself. You no need to wait for response. It's a it is a different entity, and you no need to wait for the response. So independent, both are independent. So whatever the request went to server, that is an independent, and your client side, you can do whatever you want. You no need to wait for the response. So that's what we are telling true. So both are
Okay.
independent. Got it right?
Yeah.
So that request is independent. So the client side, you can do whatever you want. So you no need to wait for the response. You are no need to wait for the response. So if at all, if you want to wait for the response, then we have to mention here false. So that is based on your decision. You have to mention true or false. So that is
Okay.
one condition. Okay. And after that, if you prepared everything, the request and the business logic, then you have to call send.
And
Send
okay.
means you prepared the request, you are ready to send that, you are ready to make a request to the server. Then call the method called send. Now after that, the request will go to the server, this URL, and it will try to fetch the data. Once you fetch the data, this method will be called.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once you got the response back from the server, you have to check whether the request is processed successfully or not. So there is a standard codes. You will see, right? If the response is successful, you will get HTTP 200, 404, 500.
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
you saw so many places, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 404
So if
handle not
something
found.
is not able to find, you will get 404. If
Yeah.
500 means some internal server error.
Yeah.
200 means request processed successfully.
Successful. Successfully.
So that's what we are checking. 400. Okay.
Okay.
And what is the meaning of 4? So what is the meaning of 4? Let's suppose just now you raised the request. So status is 1. Now just
Okay.
now request is processed. Status is 2. And response is sent 3. Once the response is reached the client, then the status ready status will become 4.
Okay.
So that's what we are checking always, whether the response is reached the client or not.
Okay.
So that is the meaning of this ready status and status. If everything is fine, then we have to implement our own business logic.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the main purpose of this one. So after
But
that,
they are calling after this this open. They are opening that get.
okay, if you see, these lines are different, but this is a function. See, is there any name? Is there this function?
No.
There is no name.
Okay.
Function means it should like this, but this is
Okay.
anonymous function. So this function will be called on click of submit. On click of submit, but it look
So
like
that
it. Yeah, tell me.
no, that function is okay.
Mm.
After that, they are opening get that link source true and send it they're using. They have to use very first, right? Before that. No.
Uh, so that you can use anywhere. You can keep this one down also, not a problem.
Okay. Okay. So irrespective of the place of the coding,
Uh-huh.
this will be executed first only. Open will execute first.
Open will execute first. After that, the request will be sent. After that, we are keep on checking whether we got request or not. Every time we are checking if the status equal to 4, then only we are executing this one. And the first time, right, this value will be 0.
Okay. Okay.
So that time it will not come inside.
Mm.
Once the request should go to the server, once the response came back to this client, then only this value will become 4, and this value will become 200. By default, you will not get 4 and 200.
Yeah.
So in that situation, it will not execute. Okay, that is
Mm.
fine. Now what I want to do, so once if you make a request, once after changing the country name, so the request will go to the server and you will get the response. So here I want to write a label called div. I want to write div id. So id I want to give as a states. Inside the div right now nothing is there, right? Did you see anything? Nothing is there.
Yes.
So if once I get the response back from the server, I want to update this div to something. So whatever response I'm getting, that I'm filling into div. Okay, right now inside the div nothing is there. Did you see anything?
Yeah, no.
Nothing is there. And this is a server request. So also the server request I had to send the corresponding state, country, which country I selected, right? So that is mandatory.
Yeah.
So here this is the country code. So I had to send here the country. So as part of request I had to send the selected country equal to
Okay.
plus. So just I have written on parameter country equal to the selected country name, and I'm calling this is my server. Okay, and if you get the response, that response I'm updating to this div.
Okay.
Okay, now go back to my server. So this is my server Ajax test. So this is my server. I'm considering this is my server. So inside the server I have written some sample server. So this one it's not part of this course, but still I will write something.
Okay.
So this is a server. So this is a server and this is a client. Ajax example is a client and Ajax test is a server.
Server. Okay.
Okay. So now inside that server, I want to write a business. First what I had to do, I had to read the request parameter, like which country they selected. So for that purpose, I had to write some piece of code. Country name equal to request. This is a basically servlets or JSP. So it's advanced concept.
Okay.
So what is the parameter name we had given here? Country. So by using this one, I had to read the country name.
Okay.
And let me write some parameter whether country name is reaching server or not. First, if the country name is reaching the server, then I will populate the states.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want to deploy. I want to start my server also. I'm starting my server.
Starting server means it will.
So server is different, client is different now. So
Okay.
this is my server.
Okay.
So let me. Okay, this is my server. So now I started my server. This is my client.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, just for your understanding, what I will write here.
See, but in this case, both are same, right? Here.
No, I'll tell you. So this is my server. Okay. Inside the server, where is body? Body starting. Button. Okay, remove this button. Remove this one. Yeah. So here I want to write bold. Server is ready. Okay. Now go back to that page. So this is a server. Okay, let me refresh it. So you will see server is ready. This is a server application. Server is ready, and this is my client. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to change from country some UK. Okay, now go back to this program and see here. So whenever I'm changing here, UK, did you see there?
Yeah.
Country name is UK. Now I'm trying to select India.
Yeah. Communicate with the server.
It's communicating with server. But right now, after that, we are not seeing any refresh here, right?
Yeah.
So we need to write some more logic. So now server and client is connection is proper. There is no issue. Okay, let me remove this alert. Okay, now let me refresh it and we'll see one more time. I'm selecting India. India is coming. UK. UK is coming. So this server and client connection is proper, no issue. So after that, what I want to do from server side, I want to write some logic. Server side.
Okay.
Server side, if I want to check if country name equal to India, if country name equal to what is the name India, so this is the value you will get. If
Yeah.
country name equal to India, so I want to return some of the states, so I had to write some piece of logic. Response dot what is this response dot servlet output stream. Okay, I will write here only. I don't want to write too many times. Let me copy. Okay, response dot println. After that, what I want to display? I want to display select. Select. Okay, down and select ending. After that, so this is basically server, right? So generally, right, you will get server, you no need to write. This is for testing purpose. I'm creating server and client both.
Okay.
So this is select. I will write AP. One state I'm trying to send back as AP, and I'll write more states, and another state is KA, another state is TN. So these are the states I'm trying to return. Three states: AP, KA, and TN.
Okay.
Okay. Now go back to our page. That is our page. So this is our page. Okay, now what I had to do, I had to select US. So for US, we are not sending any states. If I select
India.
India, I'm
India.
sending AP, KA, TN.
TN.
Now if I select right US, for US, we are not sending any states.
Okay.
I need to modify the server.
Server.
So now go back to the server. I will copy the same logic.
Okay.
So basically the server, right? Whoever is maintaining the server, they will maintain all those corresponding
States.
details. Yes. Now we are the one maintaining only maintaining US. So let's suppose if you select US, right? So I'll give state as a US1,
Mm.
US2,
True.
US3. Okay. Let's suppose if I select UK, so then I will give different UK states.
Mm.
UK, UK. Then I will give here. I don't know the UK states, so I'm mentioning UK1, UK2, UK3. So far, if you select India, I can able to populate this one. If you select US, I will populate US3,
Yeah.
UK. So now go back to our page. So right now I'm selecting first India. So all India states are populated. Now I'm trying to select US. All US states are populated. So did you see there? The first
Yeah.
field, right, whatever I'm typing here, without submitting the form, I'm connecting to the server, I'm getting
Uh,
server information.
yeah. Response back. Okay.
So this is the advantage of Ajax. So without submitting the form, did I am doing any submit button? Did I am clicking any button here?
No.
So why? What is the advantage of this? Let's suppose here right now we have only one field. Let's suppose there is some 20 fields is there. You already filled the 20 field, but only for last field you need to connect with the server and you need to get the data. In that
Okay.
case, we should not submit the form, right?
Yeah.
User need to select which state he belongs to. Then only we have to submit the form.
Yeah.
So here we are not displaying any label called state, right? So if you want to display that label, again I need to go back to the server. So I need to go back to the server and I need to write that state and all. What is that? I need to write a label B, then state and label to display the what is it? Bold. I have to write the state
Okay.
and B tag. I think I already told, right, this one.
Bold.
And this programming, I think you don't know this. What is this servlet.java? Why? Because this is basically core Java and advanced Java.
Okay.
So when you learn, when you join for core Java, or when you are trying to learn core Java, advanced Java, right? So that time they will explain all those things like what is servlet.
Yes.
So right now, just I created server to test our Ajax programming. Okay, now go back to the program. Now select India. So state is displaying AP TN. Now select US. State is displaying. Also, you see there, right?
Yeah.
Server
State.
also it's responding for every my request. So this one we used to call it as a logs.
Yeah.
I think you know, right? If any issue will come, then developer
Yeah.
will go and he will check the log.
Okay. This Eclipse, what you call console? This
It's
is.
Eclipse console, yes.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
It is there, right? So this is the if any issue will come in production also, right? They will ask, can you give me the logs and when the request came and what is the input.
So
So
that they'll use Splunk. I think
yes, Splunk.
Splunk.
Yes, Splunk, right? So just to monitor the log by using Splunk, if you want to if you want to searching is very easy in the log. So
Okay.
let's suppose, say, take this example here. There is so many requests is there. So many requests is there, right? So let's suppose just I want to see at 750 how many requests came.
Okay.
Two requests came. At 750 there is no request basically. Okay, and how many times India request came.
Okay.
So that kind of filter criteria, if you want to check, then you have to use Splunk.
Okay.
And basically to monitor the log, we are using Splunk.
Okay.
This is the way, I mean, to connect with the server without submitting the form. So you can change at any time. It will go to the server and it will get corresponding data. So this is very important. Okay, now go back to view source. Right click, view page source. So this is the standard page. So here, right, when you will see the same thing. If you see there is so many, if you see any view source, right, you will see this is the XML HTTP request. So whenever you will see this one XML HTTP request, then they are using Ajax.
Okay.
If you want to see which server they are connecting, so here this is the URL.
Okay.
And I'm reading country and I'm passing as part of server request, and that server, that country name I'm reading from server side. See request dot get parameter. What is the country name I'm getting? Based on the country name, I'm doing some logic, business logic, and I'm giving back response.
Okay.
So this is server job.
Yeah.
And you understood, right? This Ajax log, what is the purpose and how it will work.
Yeah.
So basically how the real example of this one is, right, if you see any registration forms, forms, like when you're selecting universities or corresponding state and countries, so they are using this logic behind the screen. So based on the state country selection, the states will be populated. The same, whenever they are selecting any states, if they want to populate corresponding districts, so they will use this Ajax and they will get the corresponding districts. Why? Because for a state, There is so many districts is there, right?
Okay.
So it's difficult to save everything into HTML. So that's what, for every selection we need to go to the server and we need to get back the corresponding states. That is one advantage. And another advantage, let's suppose, let me close this one. Let's suppose user is trying to enter something here. See,
Okay.
they need to enter some ID. After entering the ID, whenever they are coming out of from that field, we need to check whether this ID is a valid one or not.
Yeah.
So the simple example is, right. So whenever you are trying to register a Gmail account, so
Okay.
we have to enter your Gmail user ID.
Okay.
So what it will do after entering the user ID, what it will take, this user ID is not exist.
Okay.
I mean, you saw, right? This is, there is so
Yeah.
many places. So how it is happening, So whenever you are entering the email ID and whenever you are going back, coming out of from the tab, right? So immediately what it will do. So this is the one. So here, right? Let's suppose I'm entering my email ID 10427. See, did you see
Yeah.
there? The username is taken. Try another. So how it knows? It is connected to the server. It is telling this username is already given to somebody else,
Okay.
and now I'm giving something else. See, now it is not saying anything.
Yeah.
Now
Understood.
again I will give my old email ID. See, it is telling the username is already taken. Please
Yeah.
try again. So they are using Ajax and they are connecting to the server and they are validating the use input and they are giving the corresponding message.
Okay.
So this message they are getting from the server basically. If you want to see the code, you have to view source.
Use source. I think
Then they might use
find XHTTP XML.
XML, HTTP. There is so many different frameworks is there, but we are not sure which kind of framework they are using. But entire, if you are using any number of framework, the logic is same. They have to use
Okay.
Ajax only to connect
Yeah.
with the server. So if you want to how to debug this kind of issues, first we have to take this
Yeah. Excellent.
message or this label.
Label.
This label I'm not able to copy. Choose your username, right?
Uh,
Right click, view page source. Okay, Control F. Choose. So this is
uh,
the label. Choose your username. So after that, we are trying to enter some input text, field name, Gmail, ID, value is blank, spell check, fast. After that, we are saying at the rate of Gmail.
mm,
So this is the value. So this at the rate of Gmail they hard coded always, and this is the text field. So after that, right? So they what they will do? You can letters numbers, and they are making some Ajax call. So that logic we need to see here. JavaScript. See that there is so much a bunch of JavaScript is there. So that logic we are not able to see here. Why? I will tell you. The JavaScript logic, right? So whatever they have written, so they have written that logic into separate file, separate JS file.
okay.
That JS file we are importing here.
Okay.
The same way, the similar PS or application. Where is our application?
Yeah. Understood. Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yeah, this is your application, right? So if
Yeah.
I want to see JavaScript of this file, how can I see? Just right click, view source. So did you see any JavaScript here?
No. Yeah.
We are
No.
not able to see. Why? Because JavaScript is there inside this file.
Yeah.
So if you want to see really the JavaScript, you have to what is this? Go back. So what we have to do, you have to take this file validation.js and we have to go to this page and try to access it. Then you can able to see the JavaScript. You got it now? How to debug
Okay.
the issues. So why? Because inside the HTML there is no JavaScript. What is our old application project one? Inside the register.html there is no JavaScript. So that's
Okay.
what you are not able to see JavaScript. The main JavaScript is there inside validation.js.
Yes, yes.
So that's what we have to take. This is the way to do the hackers.
Mm-hmm.
They will try to take the code and they will create a default request and they will inject it to the server. By
Okay.
default, if you see the view source, you are not able to see anything. There is no JavaScript here. The main JavaScript is there inside this file. So we have to, this is a server code I am saving from the client. I can able to see the server code. I am trying to access the server file, JavaScript file. So this is the server, right? Local host, my local server. In that way you can able to access any server. After that I had to give the file name. Then I can able to see this is my JavaScript file. So this is the way to access the JavaScript from the client side. Okay, this is clear, right? Like what is the purpose of Ajax when we are using and what I mean how we are using.
Yeah, clear. Got it.
Okay, and I will send you this file to you.
Mm.
Okay, I will stop record.